Brightest blessings, everybody. I actually had some people ask me some questions about this, some on YouTube and some on not. So I'll give my opinion, like my opinion matters. But the other day I was in the store, and about 2 weeks ago I think, and I saw a People magazine. And on that magazine they had this couple that just had a baby. The couple wasn't famous, but there was something special about them. The baby they just gave birth to was their 19th child. That's right, the big 1-9. And they said that they might not, that they wouldn't even mind having 20 kids. Yes, these are very religious people, and they literally take "go forth, be fruitful, and multiply" to a whole new level. And people were asking me what I felt about that. Should they be allowed to do this? Should they be allowed to have a 20th child? Should they have been allowed to have 19? Well, it all depends. Personally, I find pumping out as many kids as you possibly can have kind of disgusting. You have to really watch out for, even if you've got the money and the ability to support those children, can you give 19 or 20 children all the love and attention that they truly need? Is it even possible for two people to give 19 and 20 children that are there 24/7 the love and the nurturing and caring that they truly need? Especially when there's such a wide range in ages. You have to really look out for that. It's not up to me or the government to dictate that. Now, these people actually support themselves. The husband works. I don't know if the mother works, but they also have had a couple book deals. They also have had a TV deal. They have their own home. They built their own home. The home is 100% theirs. They own nothing on the home. They actually have absolutely no debt whatsoever. Obviously, they can support this family. And although it's not a road that I would go down, even if I had millions and millions of dollars, it's not for me to say, no, they can't do this. They should not be allowed to do this. This should be against the law. I certainly don't want them in my bedroom saying, well, just because I don't like what you do with your girlfriend, you guys shouldn't be allowed together. You guys shouldn't be allowed to get married. You guys shouldn't be allowed to have children, whether it be naturally or adoptive. Just like it's not something I would do, but, if they want to have 20 children naturally and adopt another 20 children, as long as they're not sucking off of my dollar, what do I care? Doesn't really affect me. So, yes, they should. But they also have to look at not whether they can, but whether they actually should. She's getting up there in age. With each and every baby, she has more complications and risks that can happen. And also with the age as well. She's getting up there in age as well. So she's getting way up there as far as the risks and complications go. This baby alone has some health issues. Nothing too dangerous. They have to take care of it now, but I wouldn't worry that the baby's going to die or anything, or that it won't live a long, healthy life. It might have a tough childhood, but stop that. My cat's playing. So, hey, stop it. No growling in this house. Sorry. Anyway, they can take care of themselves, so they should be allowed to do it, but they need to police themselves in saying, should we really do this? Is this really worth the risk? Because I can give birth, It's like a mother who's highly religious and doesn't believe in birth control and is married and believes in fulfilling her wifely duties. Are you going to put your life on hold or at risk, where you're going to possibly die just because you actually get pregnant? If you know that you can't get pregnant, otherwise your life is going to be at risk, then you need to take steps to not get pregnant. Birth control. If you don't believe in birth control, close them skanky ass legs or learn a brand new word. It's really hard and it's really big. Repeat after me. No. Want to have sex tonight, honey? No. Sorry. If you can't use birth control, you have to practice self-control. Pick your poison, but pick it, you know? Now, there are a lot more people out there that are extremely religious that believe that as long as the good Lord gets you pregnant, then you should be having those children. Well, not everyone has a TV deal. Not everyone has a book deal. Not everyone has an education to where they can have a high-paying job. So they're getting some sort of welfare. Help from the state, help from the federal government. And guess who has to pay for it? I do. You do. The God-given American taxpayer. Which really sucks because not everyone follows your belief system. Not everyone believes that you should be popping out kids like a Pez dispenser. Kids are kids. Children are children. They're not Pez candy. Stop treating them as such. And of course, then there's the truly disgusting person who basically makes her living as a baby maker. You see, the more children you have, the more money you can get out of the state. Yeah. For food stamps and for medical and for whatever. Yeah, welfare. And I've literally seen people that do that, and I find them personally, physically, and morally disgusting. You're whoring yourself out. What? Because you're too fucking lazy to work? Better ways to go. So, now even then, I would hate to say, and I would really try hard to say, that you shouldn't be allowed, not to say that you shouldn't be allowed to do this. However, this is where the self-policing comes in. And if you're not going to sit there and self-police, then maybe there should be rules and regulations for you too. I mean, honestly, I know a lot of people would probably agree with me, but at this point, from now on, from what I say, I think I'm going to lose a lot of people that agree with me, and I'm sorry. Do your best to try to change my mind. That's all I can say. And that is, if you have one child, and you're having problems supporting that child by yourself, and you end up having to get food stamps and welfare and medical care, paid for by the state and federal government, then you should be allowed to do that. The government should be able to help you. But you see, if you already have one child and you already know that you're getting help because you cannot support that child on your own, I really don't think that you should be popping out a second, or a third, or a fourth, or a fifth, or a sixth. If you can't even afford that one child without getting help from the state or federal government, then you should not be having another child, because if you can't afford one, you certainly cannot afford two. And if you can try to figure out the math on that, then I'd love to see it. But, yeah, really, that's how I feel. You guys get all pissy and whiny saying, we don't like people, gay people to have their rights because, we're going to have to pay for it with our taxes and all that stuff. Well, you know what? I don't want to be paying for your fucking rugrats either. You don't support the same thing that I support. I don't believe go forth, be fruitful, and multiply. And I don't think I should be forced to pay for it. Simple as that. Blessed be.